So we've done the create and the read part of the CRUD operation. So now we're going to do update and delete. So before we do that, just going to change a few things like this here. We want to change to like a camera icon like that, so it looks a bit better. And then when you refresh this, we want to show a loading spinner here before it turns up. So let's quickly do that. So let's copy that, and then in here we need to change this. I think just change the writing bit. Okay, so and then the other thing is the dashboard. We need to show loading spinner. So in this, we've already got a loading state, so we can just use this state here in the get post. So we can say replace that. So say if loading, then we want to show a loading spinner, circular progress, and then we want to show that. Else we want to show and then that's it. Right, so that should work. Let's quickly have a look at that. Okay, for a minute. So we need to import that from here. Go to camera icon. Right, let's try that now. Circular progress not defined. Circular progress not defined. Okay, it's defined now. Right, let's try refreshing. So we should get a loading spinner now. Yep, got a loading spinner, then it appears. Perfect. I wonder if we should make that bigger. Let's make the circular progress bigger. Okay, size. The size we want to make it 150. Let's align this now. Just got this from Stack Overflow, the div. And then put this here. And then let's have a look at this. So the circular progress bar, you can see, appears in the center. So what we need to do now, this data here, we need to get the right data item that we're going to click on when we're deleting. So when we press this delete button, we want it to select the right one. So let's go into that delete button. So in the postcard, let's see here, when it says on click, we want to, right, now, so clog log, what am I logging? I'm logging post data dot underscore ID, I think. Yep, post data dot underscore ID. Right, let's have a look at that. So once I click that, it should happen. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, so we've got that. Now what we need to do is in this post array, we want to return only this. What we need to do is update a post and send that to the form. So in the dashboard, we've got the form here and we've got the postcard here. So we need to update the post in the postcard, in the button that we just pressed, and in the form. So what we need to do is get the state here. So let's do a use state. So use state. Use state. Then we're going to set is update post. Right, so in this update post, let's get this set up side update post, and then let's update it here. So let's just pass it in here as the second object, and we can get that second object here. Okay, and then in here we can, instead of console logging this, we can put this here. Okay, and then update post, we can then console log that update post here, and it should be here. So let's do that. Right. So here, reload. Okay, we've put it in the wrong place. Let's go back. It's not in, it's just above the dashboard. It shouldn't be there. It should be there. Right, let's close this because it's getting my nerves. Right, so delete. So yeah, this is in the dashboard now. So we've got it in the dashboard. So in the dashboard, what we need to do is in these posts, we need to retrieve the post that is the update post, and then push that post into the back into the form. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to, from this, we're going to filter and get the post that we want. So let's go post. So we want to return the post, and the way that we do that is we filter the posts. So we go through the posts, and then we do a question mark just to make sure it's there, and then filter. And then if there's a post, sorry, for each post we want to, if the post the underscore ID is equal to update post, then what we want to do is we want to console log that post. Right, let's do that and then see how that works out. So basically this is a filter, so what we're doing is we're filtering everything else, and whatever's left over in here, in the filter bit, in the top bit, is what we want. So if we do that, so let's have a look. So that's the post that we want, so that's the one. If we click a different one, then we get a different post. So this one is the Amsterdam one, this is the Egypt one. So that's brilliant, that's what we want. And we want to now use this post to fill the state in the form. So what we can do is pass this update post, apply this filter method. What it does, it returns an array of posts. So you can see here, it will return, we want the 0 post. So if, for example, if I was to do posts and post, if I can spell it, post, and we want the first item in that post, then we get what we actually want, which is that. That's the actual object. So you can see here it's got an array around that post. So what we need to do is we need to say const post, sorry, not const post because we already got post. Const post data equals post and then we want post, and then for that post we want to return the first item, and then then we can pass that into here. So we can say post, and then we can do that, and then post data, basically post data. Okay, then that should then enter here in the form. Okay, right, I'll have to change the name. Right, so what we're going to do is a use effect. We're going to have a use effect here, and this use effect is use effect, and this use effect is going to say if there is a post, if there is a post, then we want to do all of these. We want to set all of these to post. So this one is going to be post.message. This one is going to be post.setTags. Should be post.tags, not set tags. Sorry, it's using capitals for some reason. Then it's set creator. Let's just copy these, and then it'll be easier. Right, so copy. We don't want to do the image because we can just send a new image. We don't need to update it. and just do the title as well. Post dot title, that one is, and this one is post dot creator. Okay, right, that should now fill the statement. So if we refresh this page, oops, let's go back. Okay, something's wrong here. What is the thing that's wrong? Let's go back in here. Let's just do a refresh because I don't think there is anything wrong, but there might be. Okay, there wasn't anything wrong. So if we press that delete, then what happens? Nothing. But if we go in here, because here we're not actually doing this, we're waiting for the post. So if we do that, it should magically appear in here. See, it did magically appear. So that's it. We've got the post, and now we want to send this to the back end and update the post basically. So when we change this, it makes changes to the post. So we want to make a call to the back end to create the post. So before we do that, what we can do, we can check if we've got this post, because if we've got this post, that means we want to basically update the post, and if not, then we want to do this. So let's put else. We want to dispatch the create post. So here, let's create a method called update post. And what we're going to pass in is to this one. We're going to post. We're going to pass in post._id. And we're going to pass in post. Okay, and what we're going to do with this, we're going to pass this then to, so we're going to create this function cf, and we're going to call this update post, and we're going to pass this, we're going to pass this _id and the post, and then what we're going to do with this, we're going to go axials. Sorry, if you type in C data, it's going to make a call to the backend, and we want to make this a post put request because we're updating, and then it's API. If I can spell API, and then API. What's after API? We haven't created this backend route yet, so let's see where we're going to create it. API posts, and then we want to do post ID. So let's do posts. And then we want to do ID basically, post.id _ID. It's the ID that we want to pass, _ID. Okay, and we want to pass, here is the post, and we want to send a config. So let's type in config, and the config we can get by doing cc, and then we get config, and then we can delete that bit, and that should pass the config. Just console log whatever response we get, data for now. Then we can put this into the Redux state after this. Okay. So in the backend now, let's just copy this, and we can change this to ID. Paste it, paste, and then we can call this, rename square brackets _ID. .js. Okay, let's just call it ID. Actually, it looks a bit strange like that. Don't know if you can call it like that. I've never done that before, but okay. Okay, now should we try this? So let's try this. Then let's go in here and see if we get the method. Let's first of all do return. We actually don't need any of this anyway, so I don't need to return it, but let's just get rid of it anyway. If you type in req method, you should get this. Oops, Control Z. You should get a bit of boilerplate. Well, snippet, sorry. Right, let's see if we can hit this backend pose bit. Right, so let's see. Yep, so we're hitting this backend now. Right, let's see what we're getting in the rec query. So yeah, look, we've got the ID now, so we can destructure that. So we can say const ID is equal to rec.query, and then what we want to do to that rec ID is then pass it to underscore ID, so it looks like an underscore ID. Then we can console log that, make sure that that's still correct. Actually, let's not console log it because we already know that it's there. So next, check for the rec body already. So let's just query. Sorry, let's just check for the rec body. So if we do that, then press submit. Let's have a look. So yeah, we get this rec body back. So it looks like we've got the stuff. So what we need to do now is obviously get the rec body. We need to get the rec query. It's let's just check quickly for the post. So post. Capital P, await, post dot find. Just make sure we got it, and we're going to find it by I think, which one is it? These is underscore ID. I think it's this one. Right, so we're passing the ID here, and then we're looking for the underscore ID, and if not post, then we want to return. So we say if not post, yep, that's the one, and then return res.status 404 dot send no post with that ID. Okay, then let's console log the rec body dot data. I forget what I called it. Let me just console log that, see what happens. My page. Okay. We're doing the update. Okay. Let's do that. See what happens. Memory data. Dot memory data. Okay. And then what we can destructure from this, we want to destructure all this stuff. So we can say const tags and then we want image, and then we want message, and then message, and then we want creator, then we want title, then what we can do, we can put this into the post, so we can do const updated post, post is equal to await dot post find by ID and update by ID, oops, gone somewhere, by ID and update that one, and then what we need to do is pass in the ID first, then after the ID we need to pass in the tags, we need to pass in the image. Because the key and the value are the same, we can just write it once. Message and the creator, and then the title, and then I think after that we need to then do new true, so new true. Okay, right, that should have worked, and then let's console log the okay, actually let's not console log, let's just do res.status, because we should get it in the front part. Res.status 200 post updated successfully, and then here we can write we can just send back the updated post. We don't need to do it twice, we can do it once. Right, okay, that should now work. Right, let's update this post. Oops. Let's put a few of these in, explanations, and let's get the right picture. Eiffel Tower. Oops, should we do a different one? Let's do party mode. Let's submit. Let's see what happens. Error, callback. Must be a function, so I did get an error, so let's see what happened here. Did we get anything back? 500. Okay, so something happened. Message creator, title, ID. Oh, this should all be in a object like that. And then this should be here. Right, that should now work. Right, try that again. Okay, we didn't get no error in the front end or the back end this time. Let's refresh this, see what happens. Okay, so this has changed now. So let's do that again and update it back to the right picture. So now the update route works. Realised all this time I've been using a delete button to update. So let's just change the name of that to update, and then we'll make another button that says delete, which is not going to be that different. So let's just if you put Control and Shift and press down, then you can easily copy it like I just did, and then this will become, let's make this one, I want the one on the end to be sorry, I want the one on the end to be update. Why is there a big space in between that one? Let's have a look at that. Okay, because it's got this thing here. Let's, is it that? Is it because of that? Just take this out and see what happens. No, that's not it. I think it's because there's a writing. Let's have a quick look again. There is quite a big space in between these two, but not in that one. Don't know why that is. doesn't have any CSS, so let's change this to margin left. Margin left -1. See if that happens. See if that changes anything. No. Let's change it to margin right -1. Yeah, so that's done something on that side. I want it on the other side. Right. Let's try it on the left. Oops. Let's try 2. See if that does anything. Doesn't seem to want to go over even more. It's I don't know what to do. Let's put that here, and then put that as right. I think -1. Let's see if that does anything. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Yeah, that's more like I want it. Really strange. Don't know what, because anyway, I'm going to just continue. Right, let's change this one to update. Update. And then when we click on it, in order to delete posts, we can just delete the post from here straight. We don't need to actually take it anywhere else. We can make a call straight to that, because we don't need to update anything. Oh, well, that should be that one. Sorry. This one should be delete post. Keep on doing that for some reason. Right, now we can go straight for that. Why is this still not changed colour? Don't know, it should be the same colour as that. Let me just make sure that it's the same object. Right, now it's changed colour. Let's make a CF try block, and then this is delete post. And then what we passing in the underscore ID, and then we want to do an Axios post. So if you type in C data, and then we're going to do a delete, and then it's to API, and then it's to posts, and then it's to the ID, the same one as we did before, but this time it's a delete ID. I think we put underscore ID before, didn't we? Yeah. Right, okay, and then we don't need to get the data back actually, so we'll leave it like that. And then actually, let's just get it back, because we can say message deleted or something. So let's just get it back, and we can start putting in some toast and stuff like that. Right, and then so we're approaching this. So here with this rec body is put. So what we can do is we can say if rec.body. Let's just take this rec body, and it's triple equals, and then it's put. Then we want to do this. And then have we put this in a try catch block? Let's just put it in a try catch block as well. Don't really need to, but let's do that anyway. So we can put that in here, and then clog the error. If I can spell error, that looks right. Let me take this return up so that it can hit the error block. Okay, and then let's do if rec.body triple equals delete, we want to do whatever's in this bit. So first of all, we can just console, we can do rec.method just to make sure we get in here. Right, so let's just make sure that we can get here. Okay, right, let's have a look. Axios is not defined, that's fine. So somewhere it's in here, the Axios is not defined. So import Axios from Axios. Okay, that's good. Right, now let's try. Okay, so we should have got, it didn't even come in here for some reason. Delete, Axios, delete. Okay, for some reason we didn't hit that route. Okay. Oh, this should be method, not body. Don't know why we're at body. Right, okay. Right, that should now work. Delete. Right, so it's in here now. So in this bit, what we need to do, we need to just find the post and then delete that post. So I think we can just do this. ID and delete. There it is. I actually don't think we need to do anything more than that. Before we do that, let's just check what kind of what rec.id we're getting, rec.query. Oh, actually, we do need to destructure the thing that we need. So it's going to be const id is equal to rec.query. And then let's just console log this for now. And then id, and then here we can just return just to make sure that it doesn't delete it now, because we don't want to just delete it, we just want to check that we're getting the id here. Yeah, that's good. Right, so if we're getting the id, now the thing to do is to actually delete. So if we are deleting, then let's do res.status 200 message deleted post, and let's, I don't know if we're going to get the post back, but let's send it. I'm not 100% sure if we get the post back, but alright, let's have a look at this. I think this should work. It's let's try deleting this. Deleted post. Yep, let's have a look if it's deleted. Yay! Oh no, it's gone. Right, perfect. Right, let's move on to the next step. Now is these, we can just move the Redux state. Doing that. So let's set up a delete post method. Let's go in user, not in user actions, post actions. So in the post actions, we want to create a delete post. I think we already called some delete post, so let's call it post delete. C data. No, this is an action creator, sorry. So action creator and the post delete, and then we're going to want to pass something in here. I think it's an ID, underscore ID, and then what we're going to want to do is post delete request. Let's go in here and do the types first, I think. Right, so let's just copy all of these down. Okay, and then we're going to want to bring these in. So it's going to be post delete request, isn't it? I think. Don't know why that payload is there for. Just make sure getting that in. Then here is going to be post delete success. Okay. And then we can just remove this stuff into there. So let's Control X that, and then go in here, and we can do here. We don't need that. We don't need this try catch block. Don't need that error. Okay, and then let's set up the reducer. Let's call the reducer delete a post reducer, because I think we've got similar other stuff. Reducer, delete a post reducer. Then it's state equals the object. Then it's Control Z. Then it's delete post request. Okay. Delete post success. Is it this still what it's called? No, post delete. I was thinking, because it's not bringing it in, so that's how I know that it's not. So that's that one. That one should be the same. Post success. And then this one should be post fail. Delete fail. Okay, so that should now be working. Then just put that as a post. Action that payload. Okay. Okay, so now we want to put this delete post thing into here, and then let's delete that, bring it in. Okay, let's save. Okay, so that's in there now. Delete post, and then I think that's it. We don't really need to bring it back from the state. We could actually, because when we do it, we can let's first of all dispatch delete post. I think it is delete post. And we need to pass in the ID. Then we need to bring this use dispatch in. Use dispatch. And then it's bring in this dispatch. And it's from Redux. Yep. Okay. Let's put it into the Redux state. So use selector. So what is it? Delete a post, I think it was called. It's quite a long name, I think, for that. But anyway, so if we decide to put it into what's the word called, post, we can use that later. Might do that a bit later, I think. Just bring in loads of toast everywhere. Toast just obviously informs the user that something's going on, because that's quite important as well. Right, it's quite easy to set up, so that just kind of do it at the end. Right, I think that might be ready to go now. Use selector is not defined, okay. Let's go and define it then. It's there. Right, let's do that. Something else, loading is not defined. Delete post. Delete. I think this is not right. Is it not called delete a post? Jesus, delete a post. Delete a post. Oh, I've not spelled it right, have I? Okay, so in here should be delete, and then in here, the reducers, it should be delete, and in here it should be delete. Okay, right, and that should be save as well. Let me see, let's refresh this. Okay, what's going on now? Delete a post reducer is not defined. It's not. Okay, let's have a look at that one then. Oh, and I haven't brought this in because I brought in the spelling mistake one. Can delete that one. Okay, right, let's now see what's going on. Something isn't, state is not defined. That's because I think I was pressing a button by accident, it looks like. Okay, now what we do, I'm going to delete. Yes, let's have a go at this deletion. What happened? Dispatch delete post, maximum call stack. I don't think that I brought this delete post thing in, that's why. So let's go in here and we can bring this in. Let's make sure it's coming from the right place. Yeah. Oh, it's in the reducers. Hold on, that's not the right one. Delete post. Let's go to the actions. What is it called? Post delete. Sorry, I've called it the wrong thing. It's not even called that, is it? Post delete. No, it's giving me some weird error. Okay. Right, now let's bring that in. Did we bring that in? I think we did. Right, I think we already brought that in, actually. Right, so I've got it. I think that should have got rid of that, actually. Yep, there's 4 now, there was 5 before. Perfect. Right, I don't like it though because it's getting rid of my work. What's next? Let's do the same thing for the updates. So, just need to close some of these up because there's too many of these now. So, let's go into the Redux and then where are we going? SRC dashboard here, I think it's in here. The update post, is it? Set update post. So we put updating the post in the form, I think. Is it we're doing in here? Yes. So this update post, where is this update post? Is here. So we need to just move this whole thing in, like. So let's go back to the Redux. Post actions. Was it the form? I think it's here. Yeah. Right, it's here that we need it to be. Right. Let's then go and then let's create a action creator. The action creator we want to create is update post. Post. And then, let's do these type things. Just copy this and post update. So just right. Okay, update request success, and then post update request. Then it's post update success, and then it's post update fail. Right, and then in here this form. Let's move this whole thing. Don't need any of this. Then we're moving it in here. Update post, so that'll be here. Then we can get rid of the try catch block because we won't need that, because that's gonna stop that from running. And then in here we can get rid of this, because we're gonna dispatch an update post dispatch, which we're gonna bring in. I can spell dispatch. And, let's bring that in from there. Then let's go into the reducers and create a post update reducer. What did we call it here? Update post. So let's call it post update reducer. So post update reducer. Okay, and then it's going to be state is equal to an empty object, and then it's oops, why has it got that weird thing there? Right, so it should be post update request, and that should be post update success, and that should be post update fail. Okay, something wrong. Action.payload. Oh yeah, there should be a post here. Perfect. Right. And then I think that's it. Right, let's try and update one of these then. Right, let's see what we've got. Didn't update for some reason. Post action, everything is still the same. Oh, because that's not an error, so I think it probably errored there. Because there's no error. So, oh, I know why. There's no ID coming in here. Right, that's fine. That's the only thing that was missing. Right, now it should work. Let's get the right picture as well. Taj Mahal. Right, now it should work. What's happened? Still didn't work. Oh, there's two objects that need to come in here, wasn't it? Yeah, let's go back to the form, the memory data as well. Sorry. Right. Something wrong. What is it? Oh, okay. Back one more time. Oops, I've deleted it. Damn. I have to do loads more of these. I think what we need to do, we need to check next time whether we want to actually delete it. So, anyway. Right, this should now work. Right, yeah, so that's working. It just didn't pass in those few objects. Perfect. Okay. What we should do is, when you're deleting, I think we should say here, is this the one? Delete, where's delete? Let's create. I think the delete bit is in here. Yep. So, I think it's window.confirm. Right, let's try that. So now it shouldn't have deleted. But if we press OK, it will delete. It's gone. Right, perfect. Not the fact that it's gone, but you know, that it's deleted. Let's fix something like here. There should be a hashtag in front of each section. So the Eiffel Tower needs one, Paris needs one, France needs one. So what we can do is we can go in here, and then it's quite an easy fix. We just need to put split here, and then that and that. And then next time we set up one, it should be correct. So let's go Mike, Amsterdam. I like Amsterdam. Yeah, Amsterdam. I've been 30 times. But I can't remember. Anyway, so let's do this, and then what we want to do, we want to split by the comma. So if we put the comma here, and you can put the comma like in between two words if you want, and then that will put it in front of two words basically. So if we go in here, so this is the comma that we're splitting by. So if we submit this now, it should. I've got the wrong picture there. It should now split each one of these with a hashtag. So let's refresh the page. Okay, so that's been fixed. There's not a hashtag in front of the smoke for some reason. I don't think we put a comma there. That's why. Right. The next thing to do is, and also I think this is not working properly. Something's not working properly because it's a bit bigger than that one. But anyway, we can fix that later. The other thing is we can say memory capture, but if we're updating it, we could say memory edit. So what we can do here is we can say if post, so post if, and then we can put that word that we had there. Oops, I think it was capture. Else we want to put edit. Right, so then that should be fine. So memory edit. So there is a post in the memory. Update memory capture. Interesting, that didn't work properly. I wonder why that didn't work properly. Hold on, let's have a look. I think it should be the other way around. If post and edit, sorry, yeah, that's why it's not working properly. It should be the other way around, that's why. Right, perfect. Okay, so now it says that, and if we press that, update, then it moves, and if we don't have anything in there, so if we refresh the state, it should go back to normal. Yeah, capture. Okay, so that's working now. What do now, set up this like button. And at first we're going to set it up quite simply, and the user's going to be able to like it as many times as they want. But what we're going to do in the future is each user is going to be able to only like it once. So let's get started. The reason we're not doing it in one go is because it's quite a big job to set up middleware, authentication middleware. Obviously we've already done the authentication, but I just want to make it quite straightforward first. This is going to be very much like the update post route. So anyway, let's get started. So that's like post, and then what you want to do is we want to set up a function a bit like this delete post thing, which is going to then dispatch the like post, and then we're going to go and let's first of all console log the like post. See, log the ID, underscore ID, and we're going to bring in the underscore ID here. Okay. So yeah, that's what we need to send to the post action. So this post action, what you can do is you can highlight this post action. Oops. And then if you press Control Alt and down, what it will do is copy it. So we've got another one hit down here. So we can change this now to post like. We've already got a like post, so we can't use that again. And then we don't need this memory data actually, so we can delete that. And here we can delete it from here. Don't delete the object because that's still needed for the config bit. We can change this to patch. The reason being is because we already got put, we can use the same route if we use patch. And then if we go into here, which is the API route, what we can do is copy this. Now I realised that the try catch box was in the wrong place, so I'll fix that. You can copy that from the repo, but or just move it like I just did. It was here for some reason, and it should be obviously wrapping this. So anyway, and then so what we're going to do is we're going to hit this. So if you type in rec method, oops, and then let's just return for now. Right, so let's hit this. Let's try and hit this. It's not going to actually work actually, because we need to hit this first, and we're not hitting this because we need to dispatch something from here. So let's go in here. We can do dispatch, and then we want to dispatch the post like, and then we will put in the ID like that. And I don't think this is being brought in here, so let's bring that in, and then hopefully this should work. Yeah, we've hit the backend patch. So where is that we hit? So here. So we've hit that now, and then let's just get the query, because I think we've got the ID here, which we need. Yeah, so we've got that. And then let's take this out. So this is going to be very similar actually. We don't need that because we're not bringing that in anymore. Post ID, yeah, we need to find the post. If we don't find it, we're going to do that. And here what we can do is we can say like count +1. Oops. Like count dot +1. So post dot like count +1. Okay, that should now work. And then let's bring that. So where do we get in that? In the postcard. We get in the, or we're returning that somewhere. No, we're returning in the dashboard. Like count. Where's the like count? Like count. The postcard. Okay, the postcard. In the postcard. Post. So above here, let's do the like count. Let's do a typography, and then we want to do post. I mean, it might not look that good for now, but we can fix that in the next part or here. Sorry. So it's going to be post data, and then do question mark, and then like count. Right, let's do that. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, that hopefully that worked. Okay, didn't work. So let's take a look at why that didn't work. Something to do with this. So light count equals light count plus 1. Let's go in here. Okay, let's put a return statement here, and then what we can do is we can see what we got in this post. So this is an array of objects. So what we need to do is we need to say, let's take the first object, so 0, and then let's find the light count of that. And then if we do that, we can see we've got 0. So here what we can do is we can update the 0 object of that. Right, now that should work. Then let's refresh this. Okay, did that work? No, it didn't seem to work for some reason. Oh, we've put this in the wrong place, that's why. It should be here. Right, now that should work. Let's get rid of, okay, we don't need to get rid of that. Yep, perfect. Now that's working. Let's try and move that a little bit so it looks a bit nicer. Let's go to the postcard. Where can we put it? Let's try putting it here and see what happens. Yeah, looks fair there, I think. I think also it looks a bit big. Let's try and get a nice up topography. Let's go body. Where's the top variant body? Where was we here? So we put that in here. Okay, looks a bit nicer, I think. I want it on top, I think. No, actually, it looks alright there. It doesn't look that great because none of the rest of these buttons have anything, but hold on. Fix up these styles a little bit. So let's change this to, we're going to basically put a grid around this. This is going to be a grid container. And then we want to put another grid container around this. So let's copy this. Then in here we can put that. And we, around these two grid containers we want to put another grid container. So let's put that there. And just put that there. And that should work. Right, let's have a look at this. Right, so now we've got that. Let's move this over to this side because I think that will look better. Where is it? Here. Right. Let's X that. Move that here. Okay, that's fine. Now these two buttons are out of sync and I don't know why that is. I think this button here is giving a bit of different behavior to these ones. So let's copy and paste this. Let's move this button up here. Control C. Okay, just change this to like. Then what we want to do, we want to like the post, not delete it. We can get rid of this button here because it's exactly the same otherwise. Don't know why I was doing that, it's just a bit weird. Okay, let's refresh this page, it should fix it. That's weird. Right, let's do that again. Get rid of this one. Okay, they're now lined up. So now that they're lined up, we need to change this to like, and then we can just change this to this, and then we can like the post. Okay. That's weird. Why is it doing that? It's done the same thing again. Is it because this margin left? Let's just get rid of that, I think. I don't think it is that. I know what to do. Let's go in here. Let's try one more thing. Let's put that in here. Margin left. Let's get the margin left going that way. Okay, that works. Oops. Okay, it looks fine now. That was a big lot of work just for doing this, something quite simple. But anyway, let's get rid of that. So now we've kind of moved them up and down a little bit. I think this one can move up a little bit more, so let's change that to 6. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. And then let's change that to say likes after the 4. So that's here, likes, and then what else can we do is we can change the color of the button of the writing. To do that, we need to go in here and do a few things. First of all, copy this, and we want margin left of that. Let's see if what that looks like. Gives it a little bit of, no, not, it's a bit big, I think. Let's not give it a margin left. Let's see what happens if it, no more. Let's give it a margin top of 0.5. Oops, 0.5. Okay, looks a bit better, a bit small. It's gone a bit too down, so let's change that to 2.5. Okay, 4 likes. Yeah, that looks a bit better, I think. Let's change the colour. So the colour currently, let's change it to the same colour as the thing that's there. Let's get the colour from the theme. The theme is here, so let's get this same colour and put that in there. Right, let's see what happens there. So that looks fine, I think. Right, I think we're going to put some icons on this in a minute. For now, let's just leave it like that. So the like button is working. Let's do the thumb up icon. MUI thumb up icon. Where's material UI fonts? MUI fonts. Where's the fonts bit? Not fonts. I don't want fonts. I want icons. Okay, right. Thumb up. There is. Should we do this one? Yeah, let's do this one. And then let's try that one actually. And then we want to put that here. See what that looks like. they're good. Just give it some kind of styling and stuff. And I've always pushed it all the way back there though. Margin left, margin top. Maybe we could take this out now. Oops. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Right, we need to put margin in here though. Let's just copy this and paste it in here. Then we want margin left of positive, not negative. See what happens if we do that. Yeah, that looks better. It's a bit too far now. Let's change it to 0.25, I think. Yep, looks better. And then we're going to make this a bit bigger, I think, to 0.5. Yeah, looks better. And then let's put a delete icon and an update icon and move them apart a little bit. So let's put that in here. Don't need the colour, we're just moving stuff around for now. Is that margin top? No, we don't want margin top, we want margin right, don't we? We want margin right. Okay, that looks fine, I think. The light button is gone all the way. We do need a margin left, I think, for that. We'll fix that in a minute. Let's fix these two things first. So let's get a bin. Delete, here it is. Okay, come back in here. Just the button, here it is, yep. So Control V, then that's that. Let me see what that looks like. Oops. Looks good. I think we need a bit of the same thing that's going on here, I think. Is it here? Yeah, this is it. We want this SX thing. Yeah, looks a bit better. We need to move this a little bit to the, I think it looks fine, but a little bit more to the right, I think. But before we do that, we need to put an update. So update could be a pen, maybe. Let's see if it's got anything to do with update. Update. Let's do a pencil. Edit, yeah, there it is. Edit icon. There, see what that looks like. Okay. Right, let's move this a bit to the left. So, to the right, sorry. Let's get this and put it on the button. Then we want margin left a little bit, so let's do 0.1, I think. Yeah, that looks fine, I think. Right, so we've now, I wonder if this should come over a bit more. Let's move it. I think it looks alright like that. Let's leave it like that. Or should we have it in this corner? But then there'll be a big space between there. I don't think that'll look very good. Right, I think it looks fine the way it is. Anything else we need to do? No, I think that's it for now. Should these be hollow bins? Let's see if we can get hollow ones. No, it doesn't really have it. Maybe we should change the like one to the normal like, rather than So thumb up, and we've called it something else, thumb up, something else. So let's get the right one. Okay. Yeah, it looks a bit better. I think they're all the same now. Okay. What I do now is this says likes, but it's not liked, and this says likes, which is fine. So what we can do is, if there's no likes, we can just say there's no likes or not liked. So let's first of all do that. So, oops, Control Z. So if it's 0, then we want to say it's not liked. If it's 0, then not liked. Else we want to say it's liked. Else we want to say it's likes. So it's for likes or not liked, but we haven't dealt with the fact if it's one like, because then it won't be likes and it won't be not liked, so it will be actually like. So what we can do here, we can say if that's equal to 1, then we can say like. Else we say unlike. So if it's 1, then we can say likes, and the else is going to be likes. So here what we're doing is kind of chaining what's going on. So yeah, that's not liked, and if we have one like, it should just be like. Yeah, so one like. I think let's change that to a capital, would look a little bit better, I think. Not liked. Now let's move this across to here, and then this says not liked, and we don't want to show this 0 if there's no likes either, so we can get rid of that. And then instead of saying not liked, maybe we could say no likes yet, because not liked indicates that this is negative, so we want to make it kind of more positive. No one's liked it yet, basically. So let's do that. Let's do the no likes yet first. No likes yet. That's quite straightforward fix. And then what else can we do? To move them apart on here, what we need to do is we need to get this. Then we need to say display flex. So display, and then here flex, and then here what we need to do is say justify content space between. Justify content and then space between. Space. Yep, the second one. That's it. So that should fix that. Oops. Right, so then now these two are apart. I don't know, you might want it the other way around when they were a bit close together, but I think they look better at the ends of the card. Now let's just get rid of this 0, because this says 1 like, this says 4 likes. That looks a bit weird. 0, no likes yet. So let's just so if it's a 0, we just want to show nothing. So what we can do, you can say if this is 0, then we want to show nothing, just an empty string. Else we want to show this, basically. Then that should just fix that. Let's have a look at that. So this 0 has disappeared now. The rest of them looks fine. We could put space in between there, but I think it looks fine. I don't know if... Oh, actually, there was a space. I think I removed it. Yeah, let's do that. think that's a bit better. Yeah, I think it looks better with a space. Right, that video helpful, then please consider leaving a like, leaving a comment, or subscribe to the channel. And all of this helps the channel, and it means that I can do this more often, and it basically means that you're helping me, and then I can help you even more.